been laureled in the massive, a number of accomplishments that they've had. Just individually, Crap was actually number 6 in the Crown Championship Global Series for the North American region, competing at the very top with the best of them. But will he have a chance to earn this win now for his new team, the Immortals, storming the stage up against Asuchini, throwing a Goblin Barrel out first?
Yeah, it looks like a Bandit's coming out for Crap. Ooh.
Great read on that Bandit. She takes a little bit of damage there, but stabbing down most of those goblins will be well placed on defense to take out most of that push.
Ooh, and there's a pump. Giant and Minion Horde. Is there going to be a Fireball?
Crap with an Ice Golem to defend and a Dark Prince to back it up, but he cannot hit flying troops. Zap comes on in and takes out most of those minions, but still 2 of them flying high, stabbing down that poor Dark Prince, swatting them away, and a left side tower is now down to 1690. Crap with the elixir advantage, though. He's taking a lot of damage, but he's got the juice to make the next push punish Asuchini.
Yeah, the #1 thing you want if you're playing Elixir Collector is keeping it up. You are okay taking a little bit of damage on your tower if you can get that pump down. And the Minion Horde clearing out the goblins.
Very aggressive play from Crap there, rather, trying to take those goblins out for a possible elixir trade. But as we've seen before, Asuchini's deck running both of these spells to deal with swarms. Zap and arrows are 2 clean ways to finish off most of those swarms. Arrows killing all those minions and clipping the Elixir Collector and hitting the tower. Great response from Asuchini.
Yeah, and I think Asuchini is running the same deck that he ran in the previous set. But this time, he hasn't shown us the Skarmy. Oh my goodness, he hasn't shown us the Skarmy. Well, there it is on the left-hand side. The Zap was ready.
Beautiful follow-up. The Zap taking out that entire skeleton army. The right side Sparky, though, the MVP of that push from Asuchini, knocking down the Ice Golem and a Musketeer behind it. That's going to take the tower down. Arrows to come in to support that. Sparky again. Another Minion Horde obliterated. An Ice Golem destroyed. Sparky charging up, but can't get the hit on the King.
No, these Goblin Barrels doing so much damage, but it's a King Tower. It's got a lot of life. And this is... Do you go for the 3 right now, or this is 40 seconds left?
I mean, Crap's tower down to 1064 seems like a pretty decent strategy to me. This is a 1-1 draw right now, so if no further towers go down, we will go into overtime. Asuchini with the Sparky in the back left pocket there. We'll see if he gets a tank to help it out, but if it doesn't, it could be in a lot of trouble. Zap and a reset target for that. Sparky goes on to the Miner now. We've got more backup coming on in with a Giant out in front, a Mega Mini to support the Sparky push, and a Goblin Barrel flying to the back lane. Looks like Asuchini will be going for the tower, not a King.
No, there's a Minion Horde. Is the Minion Horde going to connect on the tower? Yes, it is. Woody, that's a lot of damage, but it's not enough. Not yet.
Piling it up. Asuchini has a massive damage lead, but it's not over. 3 Musketeers in the hands of a smart player can get a lot of damage in a very short amount of time. Look out, though. Crap is on the defense as a massive Giant starts to move in. Bandits trying to take out the Goblins and manages to do so just in time, but Spell Cycle for Asuchini could claim victory if Crap's push can't get there soon enough. Minion Horde swarming on in. Does he have a chance to make it happen, the Chatton?
I don't know, Miner. I don't think it's going to be enough. That's a Goblin Barrel on the left-hand lane. You can't afford to take 1 stab here from the Goblins.
Oh!
And it's going to be over the game. And here we go. So what do you think? You think Asuchini brings out Sparky again? He has said, if you look at his Twitter bio, it says, best Sparky in the world.
Oh, wow.
Not maybe, not possibly. Best Sparky player in the world. And he's already played Sparky twice so far out of his 4 games that we've seen. So, I mean, that's a 50% Sparky usage rate. I don't think we see those kind of numbers from anybody else.
Keeping track at home, yeah, 50%. That's pretty high. We rarely see the Sparkies, but
mini Sparkies.
Mini Sparkies, yeah, it's something. It's close. Asuchini with the Zappies in the back shows to be playing a deck that's pretty similar to what Trainer Lewis has already brought. We've seen Zappies from him as well. Flying Machines for both players to follow up with, and they might have something pretty close to a mirror match on their hands here. Trainer Lewis with an Ice Golem out back, trying to block for that Flying Machine, but just a little bit too far back. Anger from him now, as the blue Flying Machine from Asuchini will get the better side of that exchange. Moving in for a counterattack. It's a Miner in the back that's so damaged for a Flying Machine. That's getting awfully close. A Royal Ghost uncontested on that Goblin Hut. Tears it apart. Wow, from Trainer Louis. Surprised to be hit so hard early in this game. That right side tower getting torn apart.
Ooh, and that all comes back to that one zap that Asuchini had in the beginning there when the flying machines were playing versus each other. He zaps it, so the ice golem stays behind. His flying machine clears out the flying machine of Trainer Lewis, then the ice golem that allowed his minor Royal Giant poison push on the right-hand side to be worked because the flying machine did so much damage to the Princess Tower.
Trainer Lewis acknowledging that that right lane is going to be a lost cause. Moves in instead on the left side and gets a great hit in there. Over 1,000 damage peeled off. He will lose that right side tower, but leverages the elixir gain he had from the previous encounter to get a good hit on Asuchini's left side. Now he's got a minute left to get this thing in overtime. He chooses to soak damage on that left lane from the Royal Ghost so that he can build up an even bigger push of his own. You got to take a little bit of damage here and there in chat in order to be able to dish it out. Dueling Goblin Heads on the left side now are going to be able to cancel each other out.
Yeah, Flying Machine coming in from Trainer Lewis right here. P.E.K.K.A coming down from Asuchini. He might drop a Flying Machine of his own when, oh, wow.
And Oops from Trainer Lewis dropped Zappies behind that Ice Golem at the right side, but will not commit to that lane of attack. Continues playing left side, and he'll have to defend against a big P.E.K.K.A marching on in. Looks like she's about to go down. Right side's going to be a Flying Machine from Asuchini, but it's caught out. Gunned. Trainer Lewis's defensive flying machine gets a great hit on that right side and will be able to hold on to the defense, countering on the left once again with a graveyard in the back. A poison stacked on top on both offense and defense. Trainer Lewis with 17 seconds left to get a tower down to put this thing into overtime.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be enough. Woody the Flying Machine is trying to do everything he can to the Zappies, but just too little too late with a graveyard cycle deck and a poison from Asuchini. I just do not think you're going to be able to get down that tower in time.
Can't manage to get the luxury from that point. He was a finalist in the North American region for both spring and fall season, and as you mentioned, went to the World Finals. Represented Team Liquid there. He's going to be representing Immortals now. Giving a thumbs up to his opponent. We'll see if he manages to bring the boom against Asuchini with a 5-0 record right now.
Asuchini, look at him. He's laying back, swinging around. He's just having fun right now, especially when you're taking down 5 pros.
Yeah.
All he needs to do is take down his 6 to claim that first bounty of the day. Minion Horde.
Well played by McHugh. Gets the balloon out in front of the Minion Horde. And even though he won't get the drop on tower out right side, he does get a great defense and gets a little bit of death damage over there. C. McHugh and Asuchini, even on Elixir, but with C. McHugh's hit out the right lane, a little bit headed in damage right now.
Yeah, and I think this is going to be a Sparky deck coming in from Asuchini, and there it is. Once again, he's rocking the 50% Sparky usage rate. Wow, I mean, people say Sparky's dead, but Asuchini did not hear that. He did not get the memo. He did not get the memo.
And you know, it got buffed recently. It went from a 5-second charge to a 4-second. A little bit easier to get that hit off. Wallops that Peck out the right lane, but the log taking all those skeletons down means that the Sparky has got no more.
Oh my crushes! This is going to be a huge push on the right-hand side. It's going to be a, oh, it doesn't have the elixir for the Goblin Barrel.
Crushes the E-Wiz out back, intended to reset the targeting on the Sparky just a little bit too quick. Mega Minion swiping it down, though. C. McHugh behind an Elixir, sends in the Mega Minion. He's a little bit ahead in damage, though. I'd say this is relatively close, just about a tied game here. Asuchini is going to reach 10 Elixir first, and that's not necessarily a major advantage for him. He's going to be starting the next push, so we'll see how C. McHugh responds to this next attack out the right lane.
Yeah, the problem with Asuchini is C. McHugh has a log for the Goblin Barrel, an Electro Wizard for the Sparky, and arrows for the Minion Horde. Those are your pretty much 3 win conditions that are all kind of easily countered, I would say.
C. McHugh has got Asuchini looked up, and with the arrows out of Asuchini's hand, a little bit of an awkward counter against the Electro Wizard. Takes the zap out the right lane. Balloon getting awfully close. Looks like it's going to get some more death damage out the right side tower. It doesn't get the drop, but C. McHugh by chip and hit right side down to 12-10 now, in a strong position against Asuchini, looking to dethrone the king right now. An aggressive play at the left lane, though. We got a giant and a Mega Minion with a barrel to help it out. Thrown a little bit far back, but the log misses one of them.
Matt the Goblin lives in the back. He's coming back from revenge for the EU.
Right side Skeleton Army protects this Sparky for just a little bit longer, and it's able to get the hit off on P.E.K.K.A. P.E.K.K.A finishes the Sparky off, but it looks like it's a relatively even trade out right side. Asuchini doing a great job of forcing that left lane of play, but at 10 Elixir now, he's got to respond somehow to this balloon. Minion Horde taken down by arrows. This could be another.
Is he going to zap?
Not happening.
No.
Death damage from the balloon once again will take it down to triple digits on the right lane. CMQ not getting a big connection ever, but with much more reliable, medium-sized hits against Asuchini, holds a dominant lead right now on this right lane.
Yeah, that skeleton drops a pretty big bomb when it dies, and it does a ton of damage. Here comes another barrel placed in the back. The lock once again misses, and that one goblin's going to do a ton of damage.
A little bit late on the arrows, but that wasn't his main source of damage at all. He got it in there with just the miner out back. It seems that while Asuchini is distracted with the main push up front, the miner's just been chipping away, and we're going to get another big hit out back. Miner is in there. A defensive goblin barrel not getting the work done. CMQ has dethroned the king. Immortal.
Jason deck went on to be the most searched, most played deck of all time because of its popularity. It has since long fallen out of the metagame because it was, you know, oh, it's only about a year and a half old. But it looks like we might have two players giving it a shot and seeing who is the best using the Jason deck.
Yeah, the pump comes down from McHugh. A Razer with Archer split in the back, and he's sitting there. He has no answer to the pump. Not what you want. Here comes a Giant at the bridge, really trying to, oh, but look at this. The Barbarians, one of the best counters to Giant to this day. It's just we don't see too much of them because there is a splash troop in every deck that absolutely demolishes all the barbs.
Jason's deck was really interesting because he got, I'm not going to say lucky, a great player, he played that thing a million times, but he was very fortunate that at no point during his top 8 run did he play anybody with Fireball in their deck or anybody with Wizard or Valkyrie. Ooh. Because Barbs really did a lot of work on defense, but you also had a Minion Horde is in the deck as well. And a few other cards here and there, but the Minion Horde always made it really difficult because, yeah, if I could just Fireball that, it'd get a lot easier.
Yeah, arrows coming out, taking out the entire Minion Horde, and another pump coming down from McHugh. And that's just a huge pump there. He's got the double pump advantage, which means he's about, I would say he's about, what, 2 elixir ahead now. And he's really starting to, you know, gain that elixir lead. And back in the day, if we remember, and this is kind of how this deck works, is it works by having more elixir than your opponent. Just bottom line, simple. Whoever gets down more pumps wins. And that's kind of what we're going to see here, especially with pro players, is whoever gets the most out of their pumps is going to be able to win this game. And so far, McHugh is leading in that department. Barb's coming down once again, going to shut down this Hog Rider. And it's going to be interesting to see how he defends versus this naked Giant on the right-hand side. It looks like he's just going to give it up.
Yeah, there's no point in really throwing your effort behind it. You know Arrows isn't going to take out the Spear Goblin or the, I mean, take a Spear Goblin, it won't take out the Archers. Still have some defense going. It's better off just keep pumping up. One of the innovations of this deck, one of the things that really opened the eyes to everybody in the Clash Royale scene was how good Elixir Collector was. In his tournament win, Jason was really just putting out 2 to 3 pumps against basically everybody, and then going in with his giant hog push once he had already established a massive Elixir advantage.
Yeah, and that's the beauty of this deck. Barbarians, Archers. I mean, you got so many answers to everything, and you have the arrows for the Minion Horde, which used to be so popular. But guess what? This deck, they both have Minion Horde, so arrows counters both their Minion Hordes. So it's a pretty good, even, you know, matchup because it is a mirror deck. Arrows coming out here. Hog gets off one shot on the tower, and every little bit of damage matters.
Interesting fact about this deck. Jason said when he won that he had played his deck about 2,000 times. Well, this was still early on in the game cycle, and even though new cards had been released by the time that he won, the only way you can play 2,000 games with this deck is it's all base cards. So all the cards in this deck are among the initial 40 cards released into the Canadian beta back in January of 2016.
Yeah, it's that insane that this deck was able to win, you know, being, I guess you can say, outdated. You see how fast decks get outdated nowadays. It's like every 2 weeks, a new deck pops up into the meta.
Oh, the Barbs are on the tower, crushing it quickly, dropping it down to under 500, oh no, 521.
Look at that Giant, though, absolutely demolishes the right-hand lane. Hog Rider's coming in for both players here. Is the Hog Rider going to be able to connect on the tower? No, it doesn't! Oh my goodness!
McHugh does it! Little shell game here going on.
And he was formerly Nova.
But honestly, as much as we talked about McHugh and Surgical Goblin, really Asuchini, I think, is the breakout player of this week's tournament. I mean, he said here he just won the last match for Nova Esports, keeping them on the hill, and he has the most eliminations today at 7, looking to push that number up to 8 if he can defeat CMQ. Now, what is McHugh playing? It's not the first Ice Wizard we've seen today, but it's definitely been a bit of a rarity. This is a very
It'll be the last.
Oh,
no. It is an Expo on the backhand side for McHugh, and we haven't seen this many Expo decks here. It's normally that the quicker cycle Expo deck. with the archers, but it looks like Ice Wizard is going to be his 3-cost spell of choice, well, you may say. So instead of the archers, it's going to be the Ice Wizard, but...
Oh, wow! Despite the zap out of McHugh, it came... Or no, I'm sorry, the zap was from Azucini to stun the tower and allow the Prince to hit. Incredibly good zap, because even though it hit nothing, it enabled a like 600, 700 damage Prince charge that dropped C McHugh's tower down to about 1,000 under its starting value.
Yeah, and when you do that much damage early with the giant double Prince deck versus an Expo, I mean, let's put it this way. If there's one deck made to counter Expo, it's Giant Double Prince.
Right.
So we're going to find out throughout this match how C McHugh is able to deal with 3 tanky, big, beefy units, a zap to retarget the Expo if he plays it down too late, and an Electro Wizard to also retarget it.
Don't even forget about Mega Minion. That's actually a pretty reasonable card against Expo, because it's not easy to remove with spells. Like, Minions or Minion Horde are actually bad because they just throw down arrows or Tornado or what have you to stop it. But Mega Minion's really hard to remove. They can just sit there and chop away at Expos pretty reasonably.
Yeah, and the Prince, is it going to be able to kill the Ice Wizard? No, this pesky Ice Wizard, I feel like every time it's just alive, it slowly walks to the tower, and here comes the Expo on the right-hand side. Ice Spirit is going, oh no, it's too late!
But, oh, and he blocks with the skeleton, so the zap does not hit it. He's going to retarget it again, and now it's onto the Giant. And now Azucini is where he wants to be, but McHugh was able to sneak about 600 damage onto that right side tower.
Is the Prince
that might come into play later.
1-cost skeletons. This is beautifully played by C McHugh.
Oh, I mean, one of the best mechanical players in the game. He's just so accurate, he's good with his timings, that he was able to, I think, make the correct read on when to play the Expo. But as you mentioned, Azucini's deck is just like tailor-made to beat Expo, so he had the solutions. He just needed the elixir to get them out.
Yeah, and Mega Minion, ooh, gonna be targeting on to the Giant here. Double Princes on the right-hand side, and this might spell the game. But with Tornado Ice Wizard, one of probably the lethal combinations in the game, you know, it just slows everything down. And
oh, he does it again! Azucini's Prince gets the little jab on there, and now McHugh's tower, 571 from death. That's going to be like 2 poisons and 2 zaps. So we might see some Spell Cycler, we might just see some incidental damage from things like Ice Spirit, Electro Wizard, Mega Minion, and any of those things connect, oof, game over.
It's over, yeah, and it's just, so far this has been the tale of the Prince, the tale of the Prince Lance, you know? 2 Prince Lances have pretty much put McHugh in an awkward position right now, and it's last-second Prince charges. We're talking like a quarter of a second, you know, changes, but there it is. He's got the zap to retarget the Expo. Yep. This time, it was out of cycle last time, but guess what? He had an Electro Wizard to retarget it. McHugh, is he gonna be able to defend this? He might be able to get this Expo locking onto the tower. Poison has to come down, and the Expo's taking on the tower. A little bit of an advantage now going to McHugh. He's, you know,
I think he played it brilliantly. I mean, like, what you really need if you want these Expo decks to work up against other tanks is you need to get such a slow, drawn-out blocking that you're able to cycle through and get out. Double Bowler, double Ice Wizard, those sort of stout defensive troops. And once they are out, it doubled up like that, you can drop your second Expo, and then that's the one that actually connects. I think he played it correctly, but Azucini has like the hardest of hard counters. So the only thing that can make this deck worse is if it was Golem instead of Giant, you know, in terms of being able to block.
The big problem right now is he needs to kill this tower before Azucini poisons, which is Poison is actually his next card. Right now it's in rotation. He's about to poison. It's going to be good game. Holding on, Azucini is now the current leader. He's no longer tied with Surgical Goblin.
Right.
He
8
now
eliminations.
has the most eliminations with 8, taking down McHugh from Immortals.
What a story! I mean, he was the least known player coming into this event. He just signed with Nova for the South by Southwest tournament, joining the main team just very recently, a couple days ago. But every single other player in this tournament has some level of like live tournament achievement or accomplishment. Azucini was really the newest of newcomers in today's event, and it turns out he might be the ringer.
Yeah, that's it. It may turn out to be that way, and he's just continuing to win time in and time out. But the story of today, I want to tell you guys the story of today in my opinion.
Hit me.
How many Sparkies did we see in the first half of the show?
A ton, like every other deck it felt like.
Compared to the second half. Where have the Sparkies been, Rumham?
I don't know if that was something where, because everyone knew that it was just going to have fun and we're just going to be playing show matches, that people wanted to goof around. But as it's gotten a lot closer, and as the matches, as the time goes on, it starts to go, all right, look, we were goofing around the first round or two, but we got to win that $1,200. We got to give you the last team on the hill for that $400 bonus, and the competition has gotten a lot more serious as the days have gone on.
Well, I mean, looking at the Twitter bio of Azucini, it specifically states best Sparky player in the world. I don't know about you, but he's on stage and I want to see Sparky. I'm just saying.
Wait, I'll tell you something that's super truthful. One of the producers of today's event, one of the guys walking around who helped set up the show, his real account name is Top Royal Giant NA, and this was before Royal Giant was good.
Every game.
That was before Royal Giant was even good. Like, he picked that back in April 2016 when Royal Giant first came out and it was miserable. Yeah. So if you ever see Top Royal Giant NA on the ladder, PM him for me. Give me a little angry face.
I mean, to be honest with you, they probably do it anyway. Yeah. Especially if he plays Royal Giant.
He does. Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, man. If I saw a guy's name who is Top Royal Giant NA and he played Royal Giant Elite Barbs and beat me,
you'd be so mad.
I would need to get another device.
Yeah. We'd have to give you some sugar to balance the salt in your diet at that point.
And that's not even an understatement. All right, looks like Trainer Luis versus Azucini, but there's going to be a slight hold up here on the arena stage floor. Looks like Trainer Luis is figuring out his deck, gives him the thumbs up. So it looks like we're going to be getting into this game momentarily.
And Azucini on another 3-match win streak. So he went 5 in a row earlier. Incredible streak. And now he's back up on the stage 3 in a row, trying to make it 4 against Trainer Luis. Trainer Luis. And it looks like Trainer Luis, we know something the players don't. Trainer Luis is going for one of these bounties.
Oh, is he going for one of the bounties?
We'll see. We'll let the mystery unravel itself, but I'm sure you could guess it. You've been following along at home. So we're going to see which of these, if Trainer Luis can pull off the bounty. If he defeats Azucini and takes the bounty home, that is not only the bragging rights, but it's 100 buccarinos in your pocket.
Yeah, and I think the bounty, one of these bounties, is if you just play 2 of the same, 2 plus. I don't even think you need to win, right?
No, you need to win.
Oh, you do need to win.
Because earlier, Jay Monty played P.E.K.K.A. 3 Musketeers, and that would have been legit, but he lost. So
I see.
We're going to have to see if Trainer Luis can pull this one out. Now, remember, Elixir Collector does not count. So what are those last 2 out of those last 3 cards cost?
Probably P.E.K.K.A. 3 Muskie.
I think it's probably P.E.K.K.A. 3 Muskie.
Yeah. That would be a good.
Could be Mega Knight 3 Muskie, although Mega Knight has really fallen out. Poor Mega Knight, because that's one of my favorite cards in the entire game, and it's after the recent balance update, hasn't been seeing nearly as much play.
Yeah, I know, and I'm actually kind of upset too. I had a name for it whenever it dropped down or jumped on a unit. I used to yell "Boom Shakalaka," and I haven't been able to say that today.
Yeah, I think I missed my opportunity to say Sparky Malarkey earlier, so I understand. I understand the concern.
Yeah, I mean, it really hurts, Like, we got hyped, and then now this.
I mean, yeah, you come up with nicknames, you get your whole gimmick going, you're ready to go, and then suddenly they just pull the rug out from under you and change the card. Boo! Yeah. So here comes a second Elixir Pump down for Trainer Luis.
Ooh, a Graveyard coming out on this Elixir Pump. Does he have an answer for it?
Very far Graveyard, too. Look at how crazy far in the back that is.
Yeah, it's just for the pump itself. A 5 for 6 trade check. Well, you're talking about 6. Make that 9 because the Bandit was played as well. And a lot of damage was done to the Bandit.
And now 3 Musketeers coming down. Again, we'll see if another... No, Poison could come down. There it is, I'll say, because he didn't use the Poison on the Graveyard. I think Azucini doing a good job keeping Poison in hand, knowing he's going to need it for the Musketeers pretty much every time.
Oh, well, there's a minion horde on the right-hand side here, and it looks like he is not going to be going after the bounty after all, Rumhand.
I think he was thinking about it, maybe changed his mind. I know that Trainer Luis loves Dark Prince more than like anyone ever. So it's possible that he was going to play P.E.K.K.A. instead of Dark Prince. They just went like, nah, I can't do it. Nah, I don't have it in me. I got to play Dark Prince.
Yeah, well.
He did. Okay, so I guess he called a shot. He could be going for the last second win here. And if theoretically you could do that with any deck, it could be 3 Musketeers. It's definitely a deck that likes to push deep into overtime. He is playing very defensive, so it's possibly pushing for that. But, hey, Trainer Luis, pro tip, you actually got to take a tower down. And both of Azucini's towers are sitting pretty right now at 2,200 plus.
Yeah, and the Bandit's going to dash in, take care of the Electro Wizard. And oh, all right.
Logs coming down. Azucini slowly building up this damage advantage. Spear Goblins are going to get in there for a little bit more. Oh, that Mega Minion with barely any health left contributes so much. I mean, it had already earned its 3 elixir value on defense, and then it just expends that a little more. That hit. Oh, another great poison for those 3 Musketeers.
All right, Musketeer doing work, just sniping away on the backhand side. Ice Golem down as well. Bandit's gonna phase in. Is it gonna be able to kill the Electro Wizard? No! But the Musketeer still alive. The range from the Musketeer was able to survive. And now there's going to be a Dark Prince minion horde push on the left. And the Ice Golem explosion with the E-Wizard. That is a beautiful combination, though. When somebody has a minion horde on you and you drop an Ice Golem down and then the Electro Wizard just comes in and just shuts down your entire army, it's like you lose your horde, you lose 5 elixir, and now you got to deal with an Electro Wizard on the counterattack.
Right.
All right, 3 Musketeers once again being cycled, but another poison. It looks like every time you 3 Muskies, there's a poison answer.
Yeah, it's holding it every time. I think the big problem that I'm noticing is that he's not able to use the poison on the tower, so he's got to keep dragging it out. Then again, maybe Azucini's going to get that last-minute win. I think you just go for the victory if you got the chance, but it is only 90 seconds left until that draw, so if you can blow up a tower about, minute 24 from now or so, you're going to get that last-second bounty.
Yeah, and there it is. Bandit on the right-hand side is going to be doing a little bit of work here. 3 Musketeers. Are the Musketeers going to be able to clear out the path? Ooh, all right. All right, Miner coming in the backhand, but Cartridge is so good at clearing out Musketeers. But is the Muskie going to be able to survive here? No. The single guard is going to be on guard as he takes down the Muskie here. Bandit comes in, cleans him up, tries to dash onto the tower, going to be blocked by the Ice Golem, and we are in the last minute of this game.
And yeah, I mean, Trainer Luis did say he was going for one of the bounties. He might be trying to do it now. The longer this game goes on, the more 3 Musketeers gains advantage. It's a great double elixir deck. But at this point, it's Azucini is the one who is significantly closer to winning here. Oh, he's going for the charge. We have the minion horde on the left, and it's closing in. It's going to clear out those guards rapidly. Minion, oh, that's a weird miner. I thought the miner was going to go a little closer.
And that's the game, Rumham.
It does it! 30 seconds left. Trainer Luis defeats Azucini, ending that win streak. Trainer Luis is going to stay on the in the hot seat here, and Nova Esports has got to figure out who is coming up next.
Yeah, and I think the unfortunate situation there was he used his Ice Golem on the right-hand side to probably set up an Ice Golem graveyard push, but the Minion Horde no longer was able to be countered by the Ice Golem and Electro Wizard combination, which he's been relying on pretty much all game to completely shut that down and take care of it. Minion Horde locked on to the guards, who, I mean, if you put guards underneath minions, it's only, what? I didn't even see the guards. I didn't even see the guards.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, they do absorb, like, 2 minion hits for the shield, and then another maybe like 1 or 2 for the body. But when you have 6 minions just like gobbling up those guards, they only last a few seconds. You don't get 3 elixir worth of value out.
No, you get about 0.1.
Right, very
0.1, maybe if that.
Ice Spirit's more effective. That's probably a better way. Like Ice Spirit is literally more effective than guards in that regard.
100%.
Team planning right now.
The team planning here, but let's take a look at the hill currently. We have Nova Esports and Immortals, Trainer Lewis, Akrap still alive for Immortals, Rumham.
And it looks like Trainer Chris is going to be stepping up. It's going to be up to Luis and then Akrap, or one or the other, right, to take out Trainer Chris. If Trainer Chris pulls off the impossible and defeats those 2 Immortals players, Nova Esports will further their grip on the scoreboard by doing a very unlikely holding the hill while being shorthanded.
Yeah, well, we're about to find out if Trainer Chris can take pretty much down the rest remaining of Immortals and then really put Nova in the driver's seat. Then again, he could go on a run like Surgical Goblin, get 6 in a row, give him 2 points, and that would almost solidify Nova as the champion. But he's got to take care of 2 of the greats, Akrap, but first, Trainer Luis.
And these guys are all friends. I mean, Akrap, McHugh, Luis, Trainer Chris, all these guys know each other going back, years really, going back to, as you mentioned, the initial 15,000 card tournaments. They cost, if you believe it, they cost 200,000 gems to start. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
It was 2,000 like US dollars basically. It was like 180,000 or 200,000 gems. It was an insane amount of gems. And there used to be run daily. Some of the big tournament organizers would run daily $2,000 tournaments, and these players are where they all really got to know each other. They'd play in them every single day. They'd earn an absurd amount of cards on their personal account, and they would learn to play test and practice together. And this is almost, in a lot of ways, a reunion of those 15K players at these major events.
Yeah, and one could say that that paved the way towards Clash Royale esports before anybody really thought about it, you know, because it was kind of in the beginning of the game and it was kind of that feel. And I think that that paved the way for what the game could be early on. And now it's evolving into that, you know. It's fun to see the entire thing, you know, unfold before your eyes, you know what I mean? Me and you have been with Clash Royale since day one, you know what I mean? Since beta. You know, we've been playing Clash Royale since, you know, before you knew about Clash Royale. And
back when I had hair.
Yeah.
Like, legitimately, when I started playing Clash Royale, I had hair on top of my head.
Oh, no,
I know, it's a true story.
No.
And here we go, Trainer Chris, Trainer Luis. They are not the AI trainers. They are real human being people that are looking to play some Clash Royale for big bucks. Now, still we have 2 unclaimed bounties, the 3-second left win and the 7-7. Maybe Trainer Luis got a 7-7 deck here. We'll find out. Looks like classic log bait to me.
Yeah. Well, we're going to find out if it really is classic log bait from Trainer Luis. There's the Princess. Now here, well, no, it might be. It might be exactly... Whoa, okay. Tesla, Tornado, Inferno Tower. Which one do you like the best?
I gotta say Tornado. Like
Tornado?
You know, Tesla Tower's really good. I think Tesla Tower's probably the best defensive tower right now. It's better than Inferno Tower. I think if you want Inferno, just play the Dragon.
Okay.
But Tornado is so versatile. It's used in so many different ways. As we mentioned earlier during Surgical Goblins games, you can do so much. You can Tornado miners, Goblin Barrels, Giants, all to your King Tower, not only mitigating their damage, but turning on your King Tower activated. You can Tornado things to the middle, so both towers shoot them, or all 3 towers shoot them. You can Tornado things together, so your Executioner or Baby Dragon does infinite billion damage to a giant push. So
that's a lot of damage.
Yeah, like defensive tower is really strong, don't get me wrong, but they're so linear, they're so narrow in what they do, whereas Tornado is one of the highest skill cap, most versatile cards in the entire game.
Ooh, a rocket comes out here, but...
Is that good? I don't know. It doesn't kill the Prince.
Yeah, you know what? I'm with you right there. Oh,
Spirit goes down.
No, that's game. That's game. That doesn't even kill
the log doesn't do it either.
Yeah, no.
So Prince survives log and rocket, and while the goblins will come down to finish him off, that tower is shredded. Trainer Luis covers his face.
He's in disbelief.
Yeah. I mean, that was an awkward choice to rocket, I guess, but maybe, like, I wish we did interviews, right? Because we don't such like, what are you thinking there? Because maybe he thought it was a Mega Minion, like maybe as soon as the thing, like as soon as it came down, you're like, oh, you know, you just think it's a Mega Minion, like let your finger off the screen.
It couldn't have been a Goblin Barrel because you don't want a Goblin Barrel into that. I mean, I think he may have tried to like pull it back, but like, you know, he kind of just released it too early. I don't know. Well, here comes a Giant on the right-hand side with a Prince once again. The Electro Wizard coming out, and is he going to be able to stop this? Goblin Barrel did a ton of damage, but I mean, you got a full life, you know, Prince almost. You got a full life miner, a Giant like half-life, and this tower is getting absolutely pummeled on the right-hand side. Prince! Ooh.
Yeah, the problem is like Trainer Luis is actually able to do damage. Like if given enough time, he'll take this tower down. The big problem is he's not been able to stop this Giant beatdown strategy. You got Giant, Electro Wizard, you know, Mega Minion behind it. It's all really sturdy, hard to remove offensive troops, and that's going to give Trainer Chris a 2-0 victory. Trainer Luis got an elimination in the last game, but now he's going to have to vacate the stage as Trainer Chris takes him out and is going to go to Akrap. It's the final 2 members of Nova versus Immortals. The next person to win this match is going to hold the team's hill.
Yes, that is true. Nova versus Immortals. Who is going to be able to maintain on the hill? And if Nova stays on, they're actually going to be 5 points, and that's going to put them in a very, very good position.
What's your favorite Pokemon in Chatton?
What's my favorite Pokemon?
Because I know what Woody's is. Woody's favorite is Slowpoke, because he just showed us the picture after the game that says trainer versus trainer. And I'm like, yeah, we know, Woody. We said that. And also, the game's over.
Yeah. We already did that, Woody. It's
Slowpoke.
You're behind on the joke.
Get out of here.
Behind on the joke, Woody. Behind on the joke. But that's a very good question, though. But I got to go with my Charmander, man.
Psyduck.
Psyduck.
Psyduck, not close. Obviously, all Gen 1 Pokemon because we're all old. Like
Yeah,
me,
yeah.
Woody,
You
old.
can't not pick a Gen 1 Pokemon.
Yeah. I like that tree thing. Shut up. Get out of here. What are you, 10?
Tree thing. What's it?
What
What's
I'm
a tree?
talking about? The kids in the audience know. There's like a tree one.
Listen, if
It's like a stapler. I don't know. There's a bunch
if
of
you
Pokemon
didn't
now.
have an old school Nintendo where you had the power button was literally a little bar that went into a groove of the game.
Yeah.
Okay,
No,
I think the old Game Boy had that. You know, that's Gen 1 right there.
It's definitely, no true Scotsman. I'm gonna up it and say if you didn't have an Intellivision or a ColecoVision, you're not a real guy. All right, here we go. Trainer Chris, Nova Esports' last person holding the hill, going up against Crap, Immortals' chance to take this hill from Nova. If Nova wins this game, they're going to have a significant lead going into the last hour of the Kings of the Hill event. Even if they drop right away to Tribe Gaming, they're going to have a lot of points, more than anyone else. Immortals really needs to take the hill from them to keep themselves in the mix to win this title.
Yeah, and Crap, he can do it. But if he loses, it's going to be his name for Immortals, as we're going to figure out if he can hold the hill, if he can actually take the hill is what I should say, or will Nova and Trainer Chris be able to hold the hill and really put Nova in a prime position? They're talking to Nova right now because this is a big match for both of these teams. I mean, this is a crucial match for Nova, and I think even more crucial for Immortals, because if they lose this, it's going to be really tough to climb back in.
Yeah, I think that this, really, this might be the most valuable match of the day. This might be a $1,200 game of Clash Royale. That is some big money riding on a single 3 to 6 minute performance. Now, I know both of these players love being on the big stage, love rising to the occasion. Both of them, if you remember, Akrap would played in the fall season NA with a broken finger. Like, he had nothing was keeping him out of the big game matches. So I'd really like to see how this one shakes out. I think Akrap's had a bit of a rough day, hasn't had nearly as many eliminations as I think he wanted to. So we'll see if he can turn it around here against Trainer Chris.
Yeah, and I mean, if all else fails, you know, you can come, you can put a brace in your finger and maybe get the feeling of, you know, you're back in the CCGS taking everybody down. But we're going to find out if Crab, I mean, I said he's bold for wearing the hat.
Yeah. Yeah, keeping the light out of your eyes. You know what it does? It keeps all the good ideas from getting out of your head, too.
That's true.
You have all these good ideas, and they stay there under the cap, and then no one can take them from you.
That's true. That is true.
I didn't do much in biology. I didn't study much. I think that's right.
Listen, I mean, I'm right there with you right there. That's why we're here. That's why we're commentating. We're here for the entertainment.
Absolutely.
Not the...
Well, you know, and that's what's been so great about today. We have a great competitive tournament tomorrow, $20,000 open. That is going to be the most competitive event of the 2018 year so far. $20,000, no special rules, 100% Clash Royale. But today, we're just here to have some fun, man. We're here to complete some bounties, win some $100 prizes, see the most interesting players doing the most interesting stuff. We'll go from there. But at least right now, we've got, let's see, Trainer Chris and Akrap both waiting, both filling up their elixir bar.
I don't think they realize that there's no emote limit in friendly matches.
Is there no emote limit? Are they going to run out?
I have never hit an emote limit, but then again, I've only tried like twice.
Yeah, with that attitude, you're never going to hit me.
Hey, whoa. Oh,
Permanent Mute is coming out in the next update. That's already been confirmed by the Clash Royale team. So if you love emotes, don't worry, they don't change. If you hate emotes, you can turn them off. Everything's great.
Now, and I mean, you can still spam emotes, your just opponent will never see it.
Good point. Yeah, exactly. You can still get all the satisfaction.
Yeah,
yourself.
you will still get the satisfaction. You know, you'll get that good, you know, that buttery goodness. You know, when your, you know, but your balloon connects on the tower, you get the win. You get to throw your thumbs up. I mean,
as far as you know, they see it and they're unhappy about it, and that's really the point.
Exactly. That's the best part about little emotes. Okay, Electro Wizard doing a lot of damage to this Lava Hound. There's going to be a Prince at the bridge, but Now, the number one thing you hate to see when you have a Prince in your deck is a lot of units that have bones.
Right. Bony things, not a fan. So Tombstone and Guards are basically two separate cheap 3-cost counters to Prince. If your Prince hits either of those cards, it's a +2 elixir trade for your opponent, which is really bad. So Trainer Chris having both Guards and Tombstone is really not worried about the Prince just being played at the river. He's always going to have a good counter for it. So Akrap's got to figure out a way to get value for that Prince on defense. I don't know against what. But
Against what?
theoretically,
Against something that flies.
And then, yeah.
It's a bird. It's a plane. No, it's a lava hound.
Well, check it out. Check it out. If the Prince kills guards on defense and then dies to a tombstone on offense, that's at least a 5 for 6. You're getting a little bit of a positive trade there.
Oh no, the flying machine didn't get in range and is going to get taken out by the tower. Is the Prince going to connect? No, just like we said.
Guards and tombstones. No easy way out of this one. Miner comes down, though, to take the tanking, keeping the Electro Wizard a clear shot on the tower. Flying Machine's going to take out that Miner, but Electro Wizard is doing significant damage, bringing it down to 738.
Ooh, so much damage, and the flying machine goes to the right-hand side, so Crap can sit here and say, your flying machine is doing absolutely nothing. It's going to be a one-tower game. Here comes a Giant and a Prince on the right-hand side, and look at this. He's going to just straight-up tower trade. That is what's going to happen as Trainer Luis is taking out, Trainer Krez is taking out this left-hand side. No problem. Is Crap going to be able to take it out? Yes, he is. It looks like we're going to be going into a 1-1 showdown in overtime.
Now, this is going to be where it's tough, because once double elixir time is going on hard and you can just keep throwing elixir out there, I got to say the Lava Loon deck is probably favored. But, of course, at the moment that Trainer Chris plays that Lava Hound, he's very low in elixir, and that gives an opportunity for Crap to go in with a really aggressive giant push in the other lane.
I feel like you might never be able to have a chance to drop your Lava Hound again, because you're always fearing a giant Mega Minion, you know, Electro Wizard, Prince, you just name it, just throw everything that you have at the bridge, and there's no way you can defend it, not in double elixir time, not with a giant getting 3 swings, 4 swings.
I was going to say, the only way I think we were going to see a Lava Hound would be if you had all your defensive troops already out, and then you could just drop the Lava Hound in the middle to soak the towers. Problem for Trainer Chris, he didn't have any support units. It was just a Lava Hound.
Yeah, oh, this balloon is looking, this is looking good. You got a Fireball? No. Electro Wizard.
Oh, great Zap and Electro Wizard. Now, that Fireball did take out a lot of stuff.
Yeah, but he's got no elixir now.
Now, no elixir. And a Fireball here can take it out. Miner's coming in to pop up behind. One punch. Crap is going to do it. Fireball's going to take it. No, actually.
No.
There it is. I was like, Fireball alone's not going to do it.
I was like,
but
don't do it.